Hello. Hello. Thank you. Yes, I can see. Just there. Hello, Mr. W. Hello, Kangafango. Right. Generic clack sounds. I suppose so. So, let's get started. Trainz today. Hopefully we'll make some good progress. So, without any further ado, and by any I do mean any, let's get started. Yep, the stream title. By the way, the stream title says clickety-clack, etc. abbreviated. And the middle clickety-clack is lowercase, and the other twos, the other two clickety-clacks have the first letter uppercase. What are you planning to build? Well, if I had to guess, I would say tracks, fields, probably a bit of forest, and power lines. Right, so this is where we left off last time. I'd put on one more thing before I forget, something that might interest you, Shardise. The Sims are getting a movie. Oh, interesting. Hopefully. I mean, I can see that it might... I could see that being interesting if it's another take on the Welt am Draht style of film, like the Matrix and films like that. Although Welt am Draht was a long time before that. I think in the 60s or something like that, from the 60s. Where the movie starts out with the Sims just living their everyday lives, and then things start to happen that don't make that much sense, and then they find out that actually there's this other entity controlling their lives, so they begin to worship it as a god, and at first the player maybe finds it fun, but then they realize that it's actually a lot of work, and then maybe they have to go into the story to try to fix it. Or maybe they try to go into the world editor, put in cheats. Yeah, because that's the thing you can do in games. You can put in cheats to try to fix the game, like Motherload, which is the give loads of money cheat. But then the Sims realize that things are being cheated, and then they suddenly everything loses value for them, like it would do for a player if a player cheated. Because if a player cheated, then things they accomplished previously, or they continue to accomplish, seem less valuable because they could just cheat it and they'd have it instantly. So it would be interesting if that would be applied to The Sims as well. I think that could be a very interesting film, but it could also be a very, very boring game tie-in film that's just predictable, boring, lazily made, unentertaining, and a waste of time. That could also be the case. Thanks for letting me know. Wow. Shardise, I gathered that. So is it just fine-tuning the Milton Valley Railroad? No, not fine-tuning. Just continuing to build. So, as you can see, we've got the few baseboards on this side, and the line comes from up here, and it'll go down a bit further, maybe to sort of around here-ish. Then we'll have another grain loader, and then probably go on another little bit further, and then it'll get into the town, or the city down here. Yes. Unless it was a joke. I don't know. To be honest, I only saw the headline, so I don't know a lot about it. Yeah, I don't either. Yes, Shardise. Okay. What did you say that style was called? And what my book, where the characters slowly start to become self-aware, would be one of the genre? I said a film, or a game, a film like Welt am Draht. Welt am Draht is a German film, I think from the 60s, black and white film. It's about people having built computers that are capable of simulating the world. And then people from the real world can interface with the simulated world and go into that false reality. And then, because the simulation is so good, the people in the simulation then make their own simulation of a world. And it gets really interesting, because then the main characters start to wonder, oh, wait, if the people in the simulation can make their own simulations, then could we be in a simulation? And the whole film is centered around that. It's very interesting. It has gotten a remake, color remake, which is also quite good. And then, of course, Matrix came out, which basically took the same concept, only put AI in it and robots and that sort of thing. And, of course, Matrix now gets the most credit for that idea, even though Welt am Draht was much, much, much earlier. Yes. I think I've talked to you before about this, haven't I? But a few years ago? So it is, you missed... Oh, right. Oh, sorry, missed a message. What did I miss? You missed a message above Miss W's. What are you planning to build? Oh, generic sounds of kind greetings. Oh, I see. Yes, I did miss that one. Thanks for letting me know. Genre Shadows. You missed a message above Mr. W's, right? Oh, I thought you had finished it. The route? No, I have not finished it. I mean, just look at it. I mean, this right here is still unfinished, or does this look finished to you? Like, the line goes by right along here, and the river just ends. No, I haven't finished it. That was a joke. The finishing it? Yep. Welt am Draht. Oh, so it's the name of an actual film rather than a genre. Yes. This. Originating from this novel. Ah, yes, he's talked about World on a Wire before. Oh, right, yes, I did. Yes. The remake is called The 13th Floor. We've mentioned World on a Wire on stream before. You've mentioned. I think I have, yes. You might have already read it out. No problem. I could have sworn that you said you finished it last Trainz stream. Last Trainz... Well, actually, let me get started building this, because I don't want to talk to chat while not doing anything, whereas I could talk to chat while building. Last stream, I talked about what I could do after it's finished. Because one thing that I wanted to do, try, was to run a live streamed role-playing game, tabletop role-playing game, yeah? So, like we usually do around a table, but live streamed, because, I mean, I'm using virtual software for it anyways, for my Youth Trust volunteering role-playing game that I'm running. So, I was speculating on what we could do. Because, I mean, I would do it sooner. However, actually, do I want this to go straight? Yeah, I do want this to go straight. I could do it sooner. I want to do it sooner, but I couldn't. Because I have limited time. And I've already got so many projects going that if I were to start another one, then none of them would get finished. It would not be a good idea, especially if I were to do it live. So I thought maybe when the Milton Valley Railroad is finished. But I can see how someone can misunderstand that as it's finished, now what are we going to do? Yeah. Oh, whoops, Shadows. If it's supposed to be something World on a Wire, the grids might just make sense. Yeah, that's true. Count me in, please. Yes, if we are doing this, if we are going to do, if I am going to host a roleplay game live streamed, then you, Mr. W, and you, Kango Fango, would definitely be invited. Yes. If other people who are watching this, either live or archived, would like to join, then please get in touch. When the thing actually gets announced, when it actually happens, because you will need to be interviewed first, for obvious reasons. So could you have the others' face cams displayed on stream too? Yes, I hope so, because the thing is that what am I trying to say? Yeah, the way this would likely work with live streaming the tabletop role-playing game would be, I can't. Well, I could, but it would not be a very good idea to live stream my GM's screen, where I've got all of the secrets up and all of the things like that. So instead of that, the way I'd probably do it is have just have in OBS set it up so that there are different little windows for the different players, showing their as though we were filming us sitting around a table, where there was a camera filming every player, and that was put together on one screen, because that way people watching don't see everything that's going on, which, yeah, that's on so many levels better than the other way. And the way we'd probably do it is via Discord. So I would probably have a Discord video call that people can join, and have OBS recording that and split the image up into different parts of it. That's probably the way I'd do it. Although I haven't tried, so that's just the way I'm conjecturing. Conjecturing, is that the right word for this? I think so. Doesn't everyone have limited time, though? Yeah, you're right. I get what you mean. Shadows, is facecam mandatory? That is an interesting question, because I would say yes. I would say yes, because with role-playing, so much of what happens is displayed in the face. So much of the role-playing happens, and if the face cams are the only thing that's being live streamed, if there isn't an actual tabletop I can live stream with, I mean, maybe maps. If there are maps, then yes, that would have a field as well on the screen. But if it's the face cams, then if one player or some other players don't have face cams, then that means we might as well do it over the phone. And for one thing, that would be really, really hard to GM if you can't see the other players' faces. On the other hand, it would also be quite boring to watch and distracting, so I would say that yes, face cams would be mandatory. However, using your real names wouldn't be. So, at least that's what I'm thinking now. I may change my mind, but if you want to use an alias, then that would probably be fine. Although, again, I'm not sure about that yet. Thank you. Will you contact the other RP guys? Maybe, although the leader of the other RP group said that he would like to live stream that as well, if he can get all the players to agree with that, and if he has the equipment. Although, yes, I can invite them, but I'm not sure yet, because although it would be great to have them there, if people from the stream would like to join, then it could get very, very crowded, and we could get bogged down in lots of things, especially if we're using something like Roll20, especially with Roll20, because Roll20 has quite a few graphical, user interface fiddliness, if that makes sense. Sometimes if you click on something, it ticks, and then if you have to click on it again, sometimes when you want to move a token on the map, you accidentally scroll the map. So having to explain all of that, in addition to having that many players, maybe not. It depends on how many people would be interested, I guess would be the answer to that. Pretty sure it isn't. Why would it be mandatory? Mandatory because of the thing I've just said. Because, okay, imagine this. The screen is rectangles of face cams, the GM, a few other players, and then some of the other players are just displaying an image. It's just an icon. There is no face there. It depends on how many people would not want to show their face. I would of course very, 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 very much prefer to have face cams, so that I can at least see the faces of the people I'm supposed to be role-playing with. However, if a lot of people who want to join in absolutely do not want to use face cams, then I may reconsider. Because then it's a situation of, okay, either we don't have face cams mandatory, or we don't have this at all. In that case, the compromise may be worth it. However, I would really, really like to make them mandatory, which is kind of strange since it's very similar to speaking about face masks being mandatory. But I don't want to get into that at the moment. I do not want to get into that at the moment. Interviewed? Yes, interviewed. If people from the stream want to join the game, then of course they have to be interviewed. Because if they weren't interviewed, then it could just some guy or girl, whatever, someone could just join the game and then basically troll, yeah? Mess up the game, or deliberately... You could do so many things to mess up the game. So only people who I've had a chat with beforehand, at the very least, who I know are at least somewhat interested and are going to take it seriously, are going to be invited into the game. So, yeah. Welcome everyone to today's Sharadice RPG stream with our trusty host, Sharadice. Crowd applause. That's your cue, applause. Ah yes, you have to be careful with the GM stuff. Yes, because for one thing, of course, the players could easily cheat because the streams are going to be archived. They could just watch the archive and then see, wait, what? On that NPC's character sheet, it says that he's a vampire? Okay, we are not going to hang out with him in the dark anymore. Yeah? And yes, they might act like they didn't see it and they just happen to do the thing that saves their character or something like that, or gives them some bonus. That's the one reason why I don't want to show it. The other reason is that, the second reason is that it deflates the tension for the viewers. If the viewers see what I've got planned, then, it's just a case of, will the players react the way that the GM thinks they are going to? And then, yes, they do, or, no, they don't. But he's moved around like that. Now it's fine. Yeah, it just deflates the tension. The third reason is that, sometimes when things don't go to plan, I move things around. So, for example, there's actually an example I've already given before. Not to you, I think, but to someone else. Here's an example. In town, the players learn of a castle that is to the north. It's just mentioned in a passing conversation. Then the players set out, traveling somewhere, sort of north-ish, and they travel for many hours, and as it starts to get dark, a storm is rolling in, and they come to a fork in the road. One path leads directly north, the other leads sort of southeast. Now, I, as the GM, might expect the players to have the thought process of, oh, it's getting really stormy, it's dark, there might be monsters out, where could we find shelter? Oh, there's a castle that's not far, we overheard that conversation. So that they go to the castle and try to stay there for the night and meet an interesting NPC there, very important NPC. However, the players might think, oh, yeah, of course, first the GM tells us there's a castle around, and then a storm hits. Of course, the GM wants us to go to the castle, so no, we're not going to play along with that. No, we go the other way. Yeah? Or they might have forgotten there's a castle there, and in that case, they're going to go the other way, and they're not going to meet that very important NPC for the story. So a thing that I might do is I take the NPC, move the NPC from the castle to maybe a farmstead that lays down that southeastern fork of the road. So I just move the pieces of the puzzle around, maybe add some more pieces, maybe take some away, move them around to fit the flow of how the players move through the world. Now, if I have my GM stuff live for the viewers, then a lot of that would either be kind of destroying the magic. If they see, oh, these things are now being moved around, as well as, well, a lot of it just is in my head. A lot of it's in my head. So it would only be a partial view. Only some things that I think I might forget, or some things that aren't really very common, very commonly used, I might write down. So, like, for example, if the players decide to go into a random house and I have to make up an NPC on the spot that lives there, then I might write down the name of that NPC and a few basic features, just so that if they eventually come back to the town after maybe weeks of gameplay and they say, oh, yeah, oh, right, we remember when we were here near the beginning of the game? Oh, yeah, well, I'm gonna go to the same house that we went in before, see how they're doing, yeah? Then I want to be able to know who lived there, what I made up all that time ago. So that kind of thing I would probably write down, but other things that I've just got floating around in my head, like specific scenes or interactions or NPCs or things that are just made up on the fly, maybe even, would not be written down. So it would be a bit confusing for people to see my GM stuff, even though it's not all of it. Hope that answers the question. Interviewed, right. Shardais, maybe you could make Slovak the GM instead. Well, it would be very interesting, because the thing is, I really enjoy playing role-playing games as a GM and as a player. Now, I have not been able to play as a player for over a year now. I've only been the GM. And even when I did play as a player, I was alternating between player and GM for a long, long, long time. So it would be very interesting to play a player character again. And of course, to see what Slovak Eagle would come up with. However, Slovak Eagle, I believe, doesn't really enjoy role-playing games. I don't think he's tried before. I think he said that it's not his cup of tea, or something like that. I might be paraphrasing here. I don't think he'd do it. However, if you would like to, then... So if, Slovak Eagle, if you're watching this, and if you would like to run a game, then we can talk. We'll be able to figure something out in that case. Presumably, I'd have to take special precautions as I count as a social media minor. I hate the phrase. Minor? Really? I think social media minor only goes to 13. I think that, or maybe, I don't know what it's like on Twitch or something like that. Yeah, but it would definitely be. It would definitely have to be legal for people to go there. But the thing is, if you're on Discord, and if you're on Twitch, so if you've got a Twitch account, then you would have to be of a legal age to have that anyways. And the thing is, anybody with a Twitch account can stream. They can install Streamlabs if they have a PC or Mac, because Mac is technically a type of PC, because PC only stands for personal computer, but that's getting distracted, and start to do that. So I think that well, you would have to look into that. However, I think that Mr. W, you would probably be old enough to do that, to be fine with that. Although I haven't looked it up specifically, but it would make sense. Oh God, no. Why not? Don't give him that much power. Oh, you mean Slovak? Don't give Slovak that much power. We'll make him a bard then. No. If he can play whatever character he likes, as long as it doesn't violate any specific game rules that I might have for any game. Crud. Oh, is it? Yes, but surely you could just tell the audience what your character is doing. But I kind of get what you mean. Oh, sorry for bumping into that. The thing is that it's not just the audience. The thing is, with the face cams, the way that I would probably have to run that is that the players are going to be in... Well, okay, I guess I could just disable those parts so that I could see your face, but others can't. That is a possibility. So, maybe. But again, it would really hurt the game as a whole. Or not game, the venture, as it were, as a whole. Well, it looks like my ugly mug is going to be up on the internet. Ugly mug. Yes. Classic British self-deprecation jokes. Yeah. Shut eyes. Mr. Hackenbecker? Aha. I get the reference. I know exactly who Mr. Hackenbecker is. Brains from Thunderbirds. Mr. Hackenbecker. XD. The most crowded the RP group would be, and it would be in quarantine. Yeah. Yes. Although, thinking about it, we did have, I think, the maximum we ever had in the RP group, the Saturday RP group, at one table was, I think, 10 or so people, 10 or 11, at one game, which just made it crawl to a stop, and it wasn't very good. I think my optimum number of players would be between, I think, maybe 5 and 7. 5 and 7. So I think probably 6 in the middle. I get what you mean now. I typed it before you explained it. I get it. I guess you're comfortable with having your face on the internet, particularly on YouTube, so it can't be dangerous. Yeah, it depends on how much information you give out, obviously. The thing is, I'm part of the Paradise Partnership. My name is going to be there anyways. I'm not going to give out any specific information, like, of course I'm not going to give out things like my phone number, address, personal social media, which I don't have anyways, but those things are completely private. So, yes, if your face is available online, then people could take a screenshot of that, search for similar images, and then possibly find personal social media social media accounts. If you have images that match the face, like with Google, you can do an image search. You can upload an image and then search for similar images. So that is a possibility if someone wanted to do that. But then again, they'd only have found that social media account, which is publicly available anyways. If it's private, then they wouldn't be able to access it. So the thing is, I deem it safe enough for my face to be available online, to be posted online, and you know me, you know that how much I dislike social media and how careful I am on the internet. So, yeah, that is hopefully something to go by. However, it is your decision. And again, the situation I just described, it's a possibility, the same way that there is a possibility that if you go outside, that an airplane could crash on top of you. Maybe not the exact likelihood, but again, it's something that is possible, but it's very unlikely, I would say, because somebody would have to have motivation to do that. And I can't think of any motivation people would have to do that sort of thing. But if you're worried about it, when we come to it, then we can have a discussion about that if you want. How about if you did see their faces, but but if you just wouldn't live stream them? That is a possibility. That I see their faces, but in OBS I crop out that specific part of the screen so that I have the benefit of seeing the players' faces as I roleplay with them, but the audience doesn't see them, which does make it better. However, I would still prefer the other option. But if you really don't want your face to be shown, then that is an option, yes. Talking about this, I'm just getting so excited to do it, which means I need to finish the Milton Valley Railroad first. However, talking about it is counterintuitive to finishing the Milton Valley Railroad. Yes, exactly. So let me re-chat. King Fang, that's true, but how could that be done? Well, it could be done very easily, because the way I would do it would probably be that in OBS I would have multiple layers for the difference, to crop out the different face cams on Discord, and I could just not have yours in there, so that only I can see it, because I'm looking at the Discord thing. However, people watching the stream would look at the edited version, where I can choose what people see and what they don't see. Yes, I remember. I have the list over on the side that I can use. I'll read chat in a little bit, once I've kind of gotten the rough size of this field done, or down. That should be fine. Right. If Shadice would just see the people on Discord, but he just wouldn't display them on livestream. Yep. That would work, but then the chat won't be able to see them. Yes. Shadice, I get it why the interviews would need to be done. Yeah, I understand why. Good. 12 out of 12 example. great. I don't know why you need the additional resolution of how good the example is of having it as 12 if you're going to have it maximum anyways. You could just do a 1 out of 1 and then that'd be good, or 2 out of 2. But if you want that extra resolution of having 12 individual steps, even though you're going to fill them out anyways, so 12 out of 12, then go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Yeah, just move the NPC. Exactly. With those RCT3 pincers. Yes. Also, I think they're not called pincers. I think it's... maybe it is pincers. I'm not sure. Trainz, you could write the GM notes in your own code. I could, but the character sheets for the NPCs wouldn't be. And so would the maybe tokens that I've hidden on the map. It's... yeah. You get it. So for example, Darlington means threat. Dandelioning means walking. So you mean like the Cockney thing that we recently learned about. Things like that. They were dandelioning right in the moors of Darlington. Right? So they were walking right in the moors of threat or danger. He could write them in a different language. Well, I could make up my own language and do it in that. However, the character sheet would still be in English. And you would also be able to see tokens that I've got on the map, which are supposed to be hidden. So, yeah. I really love discussing this. It's been such a long time since I've properly discussed role-playing games. Because the thing is, with the Saturday group, some of us used to take the same bus home. Well, roughly home. We were in the same bus after the session ended, beforehand as well, to and from the session, about half an hour or 3/4 of an hour, something like that. And we used to discuss the games and, oh, what's going to happen next? And what do you think is going to happen? Oh, and after the session, it was like, oh yeah, that was so intense. That was so much fun. I can't believe you rolled a 1 3 times in a row. And oh, what do you think is going to continue? Do you think the NPC was telling the truth? I really miss those discussions. I really miss those. It's good. It's actually really good for me to talk about this sort of thing again, which only makes me want to do the role-playing live streams sooner, even more. Guess I'd better finish the Milton Valley Railroad soon, then. Also an idea. We'll be able to arrange something. If you say it like that, it sounds sinister. Oh, does it? I thought it was something around... was someone... Oh, I thought... Oh, does it? I thought it was someone who was under 18. My bad. I don't know. The thing is, Twitch and Discord, I think in the UK, you have to be 13 plus to be able to go on there. Yeah. Because the thing is, with the parental consent, they would have to have, if you're under 18, they would have given consent for you to even be on Twitch and or Discord according to the law. I think that's what I think it is. I don't quote me on that though, because I'm not 100% sure. But that is that would make sense. So because if you've got those accounts anyway, then using them to live stream is a thing that you've already got access to just by having the account. So it wouldn't really make sense for you to be able to have the account when you're not able to use it to the full extent that would give you access to. And since you can have the account at 13, it would make sense that you would also be able to use it to its full extent at 13. But you can read the terms of use, user license agreement of Twitch and Discord if you're if you're worried about that sort of thing. But I think you'd be fine. I think you'd be fine. XD, legal. That doesn't matter what age. If something's not legal, it's bad. Well, it depends. What if, okay, what if you're, okay, so if you're breaking the speed limit, you're driving on a road, you're breaking the speed limit, then that is illegal. You're breaking the law. Statute law, that is. So, which is government regulations, that sort of thing. So you're breaking the speed limit. Okay, most cases I would agree it's bad. But what if there are special circumstances? Like what if, for example, well, here's the classic example that's often used in films. What if it's a husband and wife, and the wife is about to give birth. The wife is in the process of giving birth, and they have to go to a what's it called? Oh, I can't believe I forgot what it's called. The English word for Hebamme. Midwife. Yes. They have to hurry to a midwife because it could endanger both the mother and the child's lives if they don't get there. Yeah? So, by breaking the speed limit, yes, they're breaking the law, but in return, they're potentially saving 2 lives. That is the classic example that's used in films. Only in films, they're mostly going to hospitals, not to midwives, but I changed it. Why not? Twitch and Discord is 13+. Shrub lurking bandits. Silent chuckles. Shadis, venture? Do you mean the ghostly venture? Perhaps. I look like if Harry Potter developed certain unspecifiable problems. I don't think that's true. Well, I think you do have a little bit of similarity with the actor who played Harry Potter, but I don't see any problems. Oh, I like your face. It's nice. Yeah, and we've had a few one-shotters. Yes, we have had a few one-shotters in the group. One thing I've noticed in that group is that a lot of the time games start out as someone has an idea, they want to run a game, and they're very excited about it, and they start running the game, and then it only goes for a few sessions, and then it ends. Often because the players just didn't do what the GM expected them to do, so now it's no longer the story they had imagined, and then it's no longer fun for them, and then the story stops. Another thing that often happened was we were at that critical mass of it being too many people for one group. So what often happened was we were one group just having just enough members for one table, and then we had another 1 or 2 people coming. So then we said, okay, this is too many people, it's ruining the game, we have to split the group in 2. So 2 games running simultaneously at different tables. So then we did that, but then the game that was already running didn't really work anymore because the players that the game was centered around, that the characters some of them were gone. So then we said, okay, well, this is a good opportunity to start a new game. So then a new game was started, but then those people who either came new to the group or some other people then no longer came reliably every week. So then we had too few players to effectively run 2 games at the same time. So then one table was just too empty, there were too few players, so then we said, okay, well, let's merge the groups again. But then we had to choose either one of the 2 games to continue and leaving the other one behind, which often didn't really work because the games were designed around having fewer players. So then we said, okay, well, let's start a new game. And that happened quite a few times in that group, which is why my character folder, because I keep all of my old characters, just in case, and also they're fun to remember, is quite full already from all those campaigns, which is interesting. I'll keep my mouth shut. As long as people can't track me via my face, that's fine. What do you mean you'll keep your mouth shut? And by track, if you mean find other social media accounts, then the thing is, with Google, you can find images that have been posted on the internet which are similar to an image you upload. So if I took a photo of your face cam and ran it through the Google search, then potentially it could come up with a social media account where you've uploaded that a photo of your face. If that account is publicly accessible, then people can click on the link, they can access the account. Not the account, but they can access the page, I mean. If it's a private account, and only if it's a private account, if it's not publicly available, then people wouldn't be able to access it. So, yeah. Other than that, I'd say it's fine. And again, that is such an incredibly low chance of happening because somebody would need to have a motive to do that, first of all. But yeah. Of course, it wouldn't give out... Of course, I wouldn't give out any specific information, like... yeah, I thought of the same thing. Yeah. XD. Yeah, I don't use any social media, only Discord and Pinterest. Neither of what I use my phase. Your phase. Good. Yeah, well then, should be fine. Welcome to Internet Marsh. Y'all need to tread lightly here, or you might just sink into the terrifying depths of social media. Indeed. I think I have balaclava, of course. Balaclava somewhere. So if push comes to shove, well, it's just safety and security I'm kind of concerned about. Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that. Yeah. However, in my opinion, it's fine. If you only give out your first name, not your last name, if you only give out your first name and show your face, then I would say that it's safe. For me personally, if it was my decision to make, if I was in your shoes, I would say that is acceptable. Only my first name and my face. There are no contact details given, no personal information, no links to social media, anything like that. I would say it is safe. For me, if this was my choice. XD Shanice. OBS is the broadcasting software, in case you didn't know. Yes. Stands for Open Broadcaster Software. Yes. Thanks. You're welcome. Shanice. Tongs? No, not tongs. Not tongs. Not pliers. I don't know what it's called. It doesn't matter. Ah, yes, character sheets. Shalace, Cockney rhyming slang was a slight inspiration, but it minus the rhyming, yes. It would just be words that you know mean another word, but no one would know what you're talking about. Yes, which is basically the rhyming thing. The rhyming thing, I think, is only so that it's easier to decode for people who are not necessarily familiar with the word itself, because so that people who know the code can decode it. Shadows unknowingly starts speedrunning Milton Valley Railroad Dev. No, definitely knowing, but it's just, yeah, bad phrasing on my part. Yeah, it's fine, probably. Shadows, midwife? Exactly. For what? Midlife? No, not midlife, midwife. Midwife is someone who helps in the process of giving birth, but someone who is not a doctor, not at a hospital, more of a wholesome, natural aid, I would say. Yes. And I know what I'm talking about because I have had to do with a midwife before in my life. And I don't mean when I was a baby. There we go. Oh, and also, hello, sweetheart. Welcome. Hey, hello. Haven't been here for a while, lol. Yeah. You can see, acres upon acres have been made since you were last here. Shadows, silent chuckles? I said slight. Oh, slight, that's fine. I like your face. Well, do you now? Yes, I do. Kind of a strange question. Phrase it like that. Right. I need to get the forest texture. Did I already? Yeah. Grass 12, I believe it was. Yes. Yes, it is nice. You flatter me. Be right back. Okay. He still didn't catch up with chat. Yes, because I'm talking a lot about different things. Because the thing is, chat says specific things that take a long time to properly answer. So then, yeah. But I'm catching up now. Nope, XDD. Now he has though. Hey, Shadows. Yes, I have. Oh, hiya. Oh wait, I'm still typing, so therefore there's more messages for him to read, lol. Exactly, back. Which I haven't done, as I don't use social media. Well, come back. Yeah, well, if you don't use social media, then I'd say you're safe. Because then people, even if people for some reason did want to look for connections by searching your face online, it wouldn't really come up with anything if you haven't posted on social media accounts. If you haven't posted your face there, I mean. Right, I need to continue this road along as well, which is mainly for access to the fields to the right here. And there we go. Don't worry, I'll clear this little bit up. If I can find the specific things. There we go. Then we can find out where to send pizza. Haha. Yeah. Referring to when Shadows talked about putting the face onto Google image search. Yes. Shadows, in case you don't know, a balaclava is a woolen hat lifter. Not lifter. It scrolled away. Hat tifter. Just so he knows, lol. Yeah. I'm going to make you hate me now. I like the plain pizza with a normal one has too much going on at once. Interesting. Tifter. Titfer. Define normal. There is no normal pizza. What the god is that accent? Just something. Baklava. Baklava. XD. Pirate? Maybe. Maybe weird pirate. It's like baklava. Baklava. I'd say like Scottish American. No, it ain't. No, it isn't. Or that. It's interesting how you try to figure out what accent that was when I just tried to say words in a slightly different way. Not really focusing on any specific accent. But it's very interesting to know that. Very interesting indeed. Very, very interesting. Alright. If you even give your face away, you are safe. Probably never. The thing is, Swida, we were talking about when the Milton Valley Railroad is finished, that I might host a role-playing game, like a tabletop role-playing game, as a Twitch stream live. In which case, the players' faces would really need to be revealed, kind of. At least to me. So I would definitely prefer it if the faces were revealed. And Mr. W was thinking that of maybe potential security concerns about that. Just so you know. Scottish American. I wouldn't even use my first name. I'd like to be called Mr. W. Oh. Nothing is safe, to be honest. Crud. Yeah, the thing is that nothing is safe applies to everything. The thing is, there are levels of safety. If you say, okay, you create, okay, so you go online and you go to eBay and create an account there to purchase some items. Like maybe, I don't know, props for a film you're making, yeah? Then I would say that is a safe thing to do. However, theoretically, the eBay servers holding your account information and payment information could be hacked. There could be a leak, and thousands of people's personal data could become public and purchased by advertising companies or even private companies and all that sort of thing. So, if we're being technical, no, it's not safe. However, the chance of it happening is so extremely slim that if you use not safe in that way, then you couldn't really do anything. You couldn't even go outside and to take a walk in a park, because you might slip, hit your head on a tree, and bleed out in some bramble bushes. That is a thing that can happen, which means technically it's not safe, but the chance is very slim. So, yeah. That's why I have a blind over my camera, since I don't trust it either. Yes, I normally have a blind over my camera as well, when I'm just normal, when I'm just active during the day, when I'm at my computer. I only take it off for live streaming. Because that is spying. People could spy over the camera if you leave it uncovered, but if you're going to use your face cam anyways for something public, like for example live streaming, then you are doing it with the awareness that people are going to be looking at you and what you're doing. So in that case, you're controlling it. So yeah. Lol. Geez, how far back is he? Not that far. Or how far is he back? But people are people, lol. He is far, far back. He will... It's scrolled away. He will never catch up. We give him too much to talk about. He will, if we all shut up. Or maybe I'll just stop reading chat and I never will. Right now, about 3 miles. Well, he caught up now, so it's fine. No, he didn't. Yeah, he's clearly caught up. What kind of dirty tricks are you playing? He will never catch up, lol. He did catch up, though. Nah, he's catching up. Yes, he did. Shadice, welcome to the bottom, soon to be top, of the chat. Weird pirate, lol. Shadice, Sweater said unsafe. Oh, unsafe. Sorry, I said unsafe. My mistake then. Although that game idea is kind of sounding fun. Yes, it would be so much fun. Ever done tabletop role-playing before? Nope. Sounds fun though. Yes, and I'm very good at explaining it because I run for the local youth trust, I run a tabletop role-playing game, which means that I have to explain how it works to quite young children, which means I do have quite some experience in it. Plus, I've been playing tabletop role-playing games for just under 5 years now. So, yeah. What cheapskate buys movie props on eBay? I would say a cheapskate who wants to make an indie film and who's already spent over £1,000 on equipment, so microphones, recorders, camera, tripod, editing software, writing software, all that sort of thing. And someone, yeah, that kind of cheapskate, I'd say. Shadows, just imagine that you're GMing a game and you give one of the NPCs a weird voice, and all the players start speculating. That's interesting. This NPC rolls his R's, but always says sh in place of s. Could he be from Gnuku Kingdom? From the Gnuku Kingdom? In my game, I may put something like that, because why not? I like movie props, lol. Me too. Well, who knows, really? Oh, it is. It's basically D&D, but not always fantasy. We did the Star Trek one, and the second in command got trapped in the bathroom. Yes, that did happen. It did happen. Right, so now what do I want to do with this power line? Do I want it to cut across the field, or do I want to have two fields that have sort of that shape? I think that's going to be a bit more interesting. If I have the power line as a field boundary, may not be that realistic. However, it's what I want to do. Yeah. And I do realize that I'm not reading chat at the moment, but if I were to only read chat, then, well, I were to only read chat, I would never catch up. It would not be great. Would not be great. Now, how does this look from the bottom? Well, it looks kind of weird here. It looks kind of weird. Yeah, doesn't work. It does not work. I can't have the shrubbery there. It just doesn't look realistic. Oh, not nice. Everybody found it quite funny, including the player who was playing second in command. It's great fun though. Shadows. That example's morbidity went from 0 to 60 in just 2 seconds. What example? What example do you mean? Giving me the chills. Oh, you mean the thing about the shrubbery? Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about never being safe. You think you're safe, but in actuality, there are so many things, so many accidents that could happen at any time doing anything, that really, if you try to be that safe, that those things cannot happen, then, well, that's basically all you're doing with your life. And eventually your life will be over, and then you'll have spent it being careful to try to preserve it. And that's basically it. Well, he's caught up now. You are kinda controlling it, since there is a lot of stuff you do unconsciously. Yep, you're right. I mean controlling it more in the sense of you are aware that the things you're doing are going to be public and recorded. So things you say, how you behave consciously, you are controlling. But you're right, you do a lot of things unconsciously, so yes. Shadows, never stop reading chat. Never! Well, then it'd be quite a boring Trainz stream, and we'd never get to do the roleplay thing, because the Milton Valley Railroad would never get finished, since I'm only going to develop it on stream, which I would not be able to do if I'm only reading chat on stream. And also background as well. Yes, background. But what can you really tell from the background you see at the moment? You can see there is a wall there. You can see a wooden table and maybe just the edge of a radiator. You can't see out the window. You can't see any text. Doesn't really tell you anything except that I'm filming from within a house and that I like wooden furniture. Deep voice. Someone may pass by or something. Not here. Not here. Because these streams are scheduled. So people will not pass by. If someone desperately needs to go down here, or into here, I guess, they would knock on the door. Then I could switch to the other screen. They could go in, mute the microphone. You can control it, is basically what I'm saying. But yes, if you're not that careful, if you don't notify the people who are living with you that you are live streaming, then yes, somebody may very well walk in, and in a live stream you can't really edit them out. People are going to see it. And by it I mean them. I don't know. Well, now he is. Kinda, I guess, lol. Well, more or less. Caught up. Let's see. Oh lol, XDD. The Automod doesn't like that message. Not sure what that's about. What happened? I wrote more or less in German. Mehr oder weniger. Allow. There we go. It's because it weniger, the word for less in German, it recognized as a racial slang term. Yes, Powerline Field Boundary will be so interesting and fun. Definitely do that. Well, that comment aged well. Yeah, it doesn't look good with the shrubs. I'd have to get rid of the shrubs and put grass there instead, and a fence. But I don't really want that. It would look too open. Anyway, having the little bits of grass on the... Oh, that's strange. Why didn't that keep? I thought I'd painted grass below this before. That's strange. Kango, XDD. Why did it not like that? Because the nigger, the word, that part of it, the last part of it, yeah. No idea. Wouldn't it look more realistic if there were no bushes near the power line? Exactly. Shadows, the bled out in the brambles. Exactly. True, Shadows. Could that even happen while watching the stream? The bramble part? Probably not. But someone dying while watching the stream? Definitely. It's very unlikely, but it is definitely a possibility, which is, I know, morbid, shocking. Some people might even get nightmares from thinking about it because it brings the reality to light, but it is a reality. All throughout your life, you are in the danger of dying. Always. Yes, it's very, very, very unlikely a lot of the time. But still, there is a 0.0000 whatever % chance that you are going to pass away at that point. Yes. Didn't really want to get on that subject, but hey. True. Chase, could that... Yeah. You like wooden furniture? Yes, I do. You can delete the live stream. Yes, you can delete the live stream, but people may have recorded it. They may have clipped it, yeah? Put up the clip menu and then recorded the clip or downloaded the clip. Yeah, screen recording or screenshot. And then you've lost control over what happened with that knowledge that's in the stream. Oh, ouch! Didn't even... Oh! Hmm. I didn't either. Trainz, did you read my Powerlines message? You mean the one about... I think I did, just now. Kango, why so much paradise? So much what? The XDDD, that he knows that I'm talking to him. IRL, I'd just look at him, but like this it doesn't do much, haha. Not entirely sure what that's on about, what that's referencing. Spontaneous combustion. Yes, that is a thing that's been documented. That is a thing that's been documented. Where the heat, the body heat, reacts with chemicals that you've either eaten or that have gotten into your system otherwise, and people have burst into flames, combusted spontaneously. But still, it's in his chat though. Okay, you win, Shardise. Sure, I guess. Shardise, I don't even know what the game was, but thanks for letting me win. Shardise, you could disable clips for the RP live streams. Oh, that makes sense. I could, but I don't want to. If there's a really funny moment, doesn't matter on whose part, it could be on my part. Like, for example, if there's this really interesting situation this really tense situation that I've been building up tension to, everybody's scared, and then the monster finally steps out, and there's a huge dragon, and the fight is about to begin, the fight for freedom, the fight for life, and all that is holy and good, and then a player does something unexpected, like, for example, use like a transformation spell or something like that, turns the dragon into a mouse, then captures the mouse, fight's over, tension's gone, like in the first round. That is a hilariously bad way that went for how I planned it, but it's funny, so I want that to be able to be clipped. And besides, the streams are going to be archived anyway. That as well, yeah. Shardise, Twitter asked me why I tagged you in all the time. Oh, I see. Oh wait, so Kango, you know Shardise IRL? Yes. As do I. But you are recording the live stream. Yes, I know I am. I said I would look at him if I were talking to him IRL. I'm caught up. And there we go, another message. Shardise, true, but then you could actively try to make the RP streams not be that hilarious. Why would I do that? Hilarious is fun. A bit sure, but not really hilarious. Depends on the reaction. Shardise. Why You will never catch up. I'm caught up now. Then you would be bored. Yeah, if it's not hilarious, at least at some points, then of course I'd be bored. And you would be able to build. Yeah. And the thing about role-playing live stream, again, only going to be a thing when the Milton Rally Railroad's finished, probably. And by probably, I mean probably be a thing. If it is going to be a thing, it will be a thing when the Milton Valley Railroad is finished, and that includes the sessions. So, the more you type in chat, the longer it's going to take me to build the map, the longer it's going to take me until I can do that. So really, if you are looking forward to the roleplay thing, either if you want to join in or if you want to watch it, if you keep me busy with chat this much, then you're really just pushing that further and further and further away. Oh, that's not a good one to use here. I'm trying to hide the pattern a bit. Not sure I'm succeeding that much, but if you look at it from below... I think that's probably... well... I'd say it's probably okay. I meant to not make it hilarious so that not being able to clip stuff wouldn't be that bad of a thing. Yeah, true. Any idea how long till the railroad takes to complete? That depends entirely on how much I get done per stream. If I'm spending most of the time reading chat, not building anything, then it's still going to take a long, long time. If I can concentrate on building the railroad, then it might not take such a long time. Would be like real life, you remember, not store. It would be, you remember that one time. Yes, you're right. It would be like that, for the people who witnessed it. Everyone stops typing for the remainder of the Milton Valley Railroad live streams. Ah. Nah, never, or not. Be right back, okay? Or if I decide to lurk. Why not rotate the texture share dice? I can. Like, if I rotated it like this, well, then... well, the thing is, it's a field. And I guess I can paint it rotated a different way, like 180 degrees around. But I want the plow lines to be continuous. I don't want them going one way and then another. So, because they're going this way, so I'd have to do it like this. And yeah, that does help a bit, you're right. But not that much either. Looks decent enough, shall I? Split gaming because it's fields. I think so too. True Kango. But like some kind of rotation. Like a subfield. By the way, the thing about making it not that hilarious wasn't meant that sincerely. I know it wasn't meant that sincerely. Be 90 and another 270. Schlace, will you also place farmhouses? Yeah, probably. Yeah, this does look better. Right. Need a fence and a fence gate. Let's do the fence first. Actually, I don't necessarily need a fence, but I'm gonna use it anyways. Alright. That's a good question. I haven't seen one in quite a while. All those fields, but no houses. Yeah, well, there is the loading thing here with the silos. So a lot of the... aha, there is a tractor. Aha. There. You can see, there's a tractor. Yeah, I will place a farmhouse soon. I don't want to place these points of interest too close to one another, so I'll probably... well, I might have one maybe back here somewhere, or maybe over here. I don't want them to be too close. Or a tractor. Aha, there is one tractor. Shadows will probably show you. Yes, I did. Snap. I meant working in a field. Yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point. I would need a tractor from the 50s or 60s, though. And that tractor is only there because a certain someone, namely a chap called Kangfanga, suggested it. And would the RP's Twitch stream still go on after the actual RP starts back up? Yes. Yeah. If I did start a roleplay live stream after the Milton Valley Railroad's finished, then yes, of course they would. And hi, hello, hi. Yes, of course. Right, I'm looking for a gate, fence gate. There's not one there, there's one here. Anime wink face by Mr. W. 5 people watching. Hello, 5 people. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying the stream. You probably are, otherwise you would have already left. And then you think to yourself, wait, oh, I can leave. And then the number drops to 1.5 people watching. Actually, I also want a little bit of grass there, I think. Here's an idea. How about doing the RP stream instead of the Thursday stream? No. Sorry to put it that bluntly, but no. I really enjoy Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and it's so much fun to finally be able to explore the career mode on it, and it's a project I've started, and I don't want to cancel it. The train simulator as well. I'm really enjoying playing Train Simulator on a regular basis, especially since things can happen there, like they did last time with the ghost story. By the way, if you want to check that out, it's available on YouTube, the archive. So no, I don't want to do it instead of the Thursday stream, which means I'm not going to do it instead of the Thursday stream. Yes. XD, I think half a person has got more things to do than watch a Twitch stream, namely find their other half. Yeah, or make it. Maybe. XD, Trace, how about alternating between the two? No. Because if I alternated Thursday streams between... Well, okay, 2 reasons. 1, if I alternated between Thursday stream Roller Coaster Tycoon and... Roller Coaster Tycoon, Train Simulator, and Roleplay, that would mean that it's a fortnight apart. Which for the Roller Coaster Tycoon and Train Simulator wouldn't be that bad, because we can kind of continue whenever we want, but it would mean that the Roller Coaster Tycoon scenarios will take twice as long to complete. They already take quite a while to complete, namely because of money issues in-game. And more importantly, it would mean that the roleplay would only be every 2 weeks, which I do realize that was the case in the actual Saturday roleplay group that me and Mr. W were/are in. It's not on at the moment, but that one. But in that one, because in that one we alternate, we had 2 games running simultaneously and we alternate between them. But in that game, we had 5.5 hour long sessions to make up for it. So there was plenty of time to get into the story of the other game, even after a gap of 2 weeks. If it's only 2 hours, and yes, I do say only, if it's only 2 hours with technical issues because of virtual role-playing, and getting back into it, then, and reading chat, maybe, sometimes, yeah, we'll see how that would go, then 2 weeks apart really isn't that feasible. Geez, I remember that. Might get a bit complicated. What? Oh, yeah. Hey, Shadice. Hey, Sweetar Gaming. Same, Miss W, and I think I will for quite a while. Truth or dare. Truth, of course. With the normal rules applying, of course. Oh no, Anthony did this before. He did. Kango was in it till 2. Yeah, true. And the cliffhangers would only get resolved 2 weeks later as well, which would kind of break the tension. Yes. Additionally, if a player can't make it for one game, then they would be 4 weeks in between. Not 2, 4 weeks. A month. Well, more than a month, really. Well, depends on the month. So, yeah. Miss W, I was? Why wasn't I informed of this sooner? I thought you were. Lol. Just aside, yeah, I think it was. I was. Oof. Yikesies. Yeah, exactly, which is why having the Twitch game every 2 weeks isn't that Great of an idea. What was the best joke you played on someone? The best joke I played on someone? Huh. I think the thing is, I don't really play jokes on people. At least not if they. At least not if I think that it might hurt their feelings a bit. Having said that, I do like verbal traps. So that to trick someone into saying something they don't actually mean through their own words. Yeah? Like, for example, like wordplay, basically. I guess you could say that is playing a joke on someone. I don't remember a specific one. That was the best joke I played on someone, though. Yeah. Unless you count stuff in role-playing, during role-play, because during role-play, those kind of things, like if one player says that they think the story will continue one way, then what I might do is change the story slightly so that it now seems like it's going that way, but then actually doesn't, or maybe it does, or things like that. So playing with people's expectations, that's a thing I really enjoy doing, especially in roleplay. So if you count that as a joke being played on someone, then that, I would guess, I would say. So, right, it's me next. I mean, do you want to play Truth or Dare? Do you? If you want to play, then I'd be up for it. I mean, I am only building in the background, but if you're a bit tired of it, then it's fine, we don't have to play. But if we do, then Mr. W, Truth or Dare, if you want to play. I don't know what these team shovels are doing here, they're just parked here. This'll be rich. Oh yeah, you do that quite often. I love that. Oh, thanks. Shadows, like rabbit season, duck season? Maybe a bit. Meh, yeah, sure. Normal routes as usual, of course. Truth, I'm scared. Okay. Okay, in our Star Trek role-playing game, how would you rate your experience as role-playing as the captain of the starship? That is my question to you. I would like you to answer it truthfully, please. Uh-oh. Right. I think that's okay. Right, now. Is this good? No, I want a thing. XD. Right. So I want a fence to go along here and a bit of grass as well. So, over to the fence we go, over to the fence we are. How do you mean? The experience I got from it, or how it was in itself? I mean more like, okay, for example, it was terrifying! They expected me to make all these decisions, and every time I made it, it was a wrong choice. It was absolutely awful, and it didn't help that the other characters didn't have faith in me, and it was completely awful, and I wish I'd never done it. Or, here's another example, it was amazing. Yes, I had to make difficult choices, but the game just flowed around it, and even if I made the wrong choice, the game continued in an interesting way, and I learned so much from it, and it was actually really fun to be able to have the power of a god at my fingertips, namely in the form of the starship. We had so many great adventures, and I really enjoyed it. And yes, some of the crew tried to play tricks on me, and I went along with some of them, but sometimes I also turned around. So that sort of thing. Those are just examples. Actually, it showed my lack of experience as a GM. Well, if you're the captain of a starship, you're not the GM. Unless you're You have the captain as an NPC. XD. It showed my lack of... Oh, right. Sorry, that. And I manned a ship called the Capital Goddamn Duck. Yes. You're right. The Capital Duck. That was quite funny. However, I did give you the option to rename the vessel if you were unhappy with the name. And you decided to keep it, so you kept it. But overall, did you enjoy it? Did you have fun doing it? I remember that. The Capital what? Duck, sir, looks away. Jeez, damn. We're off to see the fencing, the wonderful fencing. We're off to see the fencing, the wonderful fencing of Oz. There we go. That was the note I wanted to hit. Actually, I need a bit of a darker tone here. Or Oregon. Sure. It showed my lack of experience with being an authority figure and had difficulty the character I played. I see that. But being in difficult situations is how you learn, it's how you grow. I think you did a great job. The main thing I think you could have improved upon was putting your foot down. Because a lot of the time we got into long conversations about how we should continue next. And when a choice has been made, like when you think, okay, we've got these options, this is what we're going to do. Yes, the others may or may not be better. I've made a choice. This is what we'll do. But other than that, I think you played a great captain. You always listened to your officers, your experts, the other players. You tried to make the best decision. You were conscious of the dangers. It was, yeah, I think all you needed was a little bit of experience, really. Yeah. I like the name. My character didn't. Yes, I remember. Yes. Because the thing is, when the player, because in the here's an interesting thing. In the Star Trek role-playing game, which is Star Trek Adventures by Modifius, which we were playing, you can actually make your own starship. The players can make their own starship as a group. So you can customize it. You can choose. The starship is basically a character. Yeah? It is a character with a character sheet, and it's got abilities and stats. It is a character like it is in the Star Trek shows, at least the older ones. And when they made that the previous one just got blown up because they couldn't defuse a bomb. Luckily, only two characters got killed. One a player character, the other an NPC. And when they made the next starship, they wanted to be made a bit more fun with it. So they decided to make it a Nova class, which is a small science vessel. And they decided to name it the Capital Duck because it was so hilarious. But then when the game turned more serious and they became more invested in it, they were kind of stuck with that name and they didn't want to change it because they've already chosen it and it was funny. Yeah. Had difficulty playing the species of the character I played. Yeah, but I think that's mainly because you haven't really watched Star Trek. It's really only you've only watched Star Trek the motion picture, I think. Although, if you would like to watch more, I think that would be a great idea. Star Trek 2, 4, and 6... Well, Star Trek 2, 3, 4, and 6 are some of the best ever made. Brilliant films, I would say. Bless you. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I remember that, because Tellarites are stubborn Max Tabernsons. Yes. The lore behind Tellarites is that for a long time, their culture was dominated by war. And so eventually, what happened was they learned to take out this confrontational side of themselves in discussions, in arguments. Yeah? So being in an argument with someone, especially a heated argument, throwing insults especially, is considered a form of courtesy. Yeah? And that's what their culture is based around, which is a bit tricky to play, especially if you haven't seen any of the episodes that Tellarites were in. But I think you did an okay job of it. That was only cause of my lack of experience, I think. Lol. Seems like you guys are having a lot of fun. Yes, we had a lot of fun with that. But then when the first lockdown started, the group stopped, and it hasn't resumed since. The plan is, if the lockdown hasn't stopped by the new year, that the group will start again online. Which obviously isn't the same thing as being at a table in real life together, but it's better than nothing. So, yeah. Absolutely. I would really recommend joining the virtual sessions when they start. Yes. The thing I really enjoy about role-playing is the fact that you, or I at least, always imagine it like a movie. Yes, same. Shadais, what would you say is a good beginner system for a starting player? For a starting player, I guess it would depend on what specific kind of role-playing you're interested in. If you're just interested in role-playing in general, I would probably say Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, because D&D 5th edition has been deliberately designed by Wizards of the Coast to be as beginner-friendly as possible. It's been very streamlined. A lot of the more convoluted rules have been removed or changed, made easier to understand. The layout's been improved a lot. Additionally, the system reference document is available for free, which contains most of the technical stuff of it. So, yeah, I would say Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. If you are interested in science fiction, then you could go with something like Starfinder. However, I would recommend the Star Trek game, because the Star Trek game does a great job of capturing that feeling of a TV show. It's got scenes and momentum, and the rules are quite open in some cases. In a lot of cases, it's like, oh, you want to do this cool thing? There's not a rule for it, but sure, you can do it. Just give me a few points of momentum, which is a currency that players get to influence the story. So if you want just in general, I would say D&D 5th edition. If you want science fiction, I would say Star Trek Adventures. It's a 2d20 system, if that makes any sense to you. With the Star Trek ones, I always picture it like an actual Star Trek episode and such. Exactly. Because the Star Trek game the Star Trek Adventures game is specifically designed to function in the structure of the Star Trek TV series. So you've got the scenes, you've got the momentum, as I said before, you've got traits, you've got threat even, which represents the building tension of scenes. And the entire rule book is constructed in such a way that to use the rules to basically simulate an episode of Star Trek, which is just brilliant. It really is brilliant. Yes. Right, to get back to what I was saying before, the other reason why I won't start the role-playing game session streams now, besides not wanting to have it be fortnightly, is that I would like to take this opportunity to play my own tabletop role-playing rulebook, which I have started writing quite a while ago, to playtest them. However, they're not finished. And I would obviously need to finish them before we can start using them, which is why I said that I would like to... Well, I need the time anyways, basically. More than a year in, and I still need help with the character sheets. That is perfectly fine. Absolutely. The thing is, with making characters, you need to look things up anyway. Yeah? If you're making a character, you need to look up in the rule system in the rules to see all the stuff you need, most cases anyway, and that's the same thing as needing help with it. You're just getting the help from reading it in the manual rather than asking people, or the other way around. There really isn't that much of a difference. And besides, it is absolutely fine. That is not an issue in the slightest. Actually, I'm not put a fence back there. That's silly. Actually, I forgot to read that it skipped forward. You've probably already written that I've missed a message. Which, with the Star Trek ones, I always... I did read it. I did read it. I thought I missed one. Episode, yes. My favorite one would probably be Star Trek 4. Yeah, I'd say that as well. Star Trek 4. Because Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, is quite light-hearted. It's a fun adventure. It's got time travel, it's got whales, it's got lots of comedy in it as well, and it's very well directed. It's got brilliant music, and it's really, really, really fun to watch. It's just a fun movie. Well then, 2 features the spoiler alert, Miranda class. Yes, Star Trek 2 is also a brilliant movie. Star Trek 2 actually had such a low budget that they almost couldn't make the film, but it turned out as a masterpiece. The tension building in that, and the cinematography, it's amazing. There is a review of the cinematography on YouTube you can find. I'm not sure which channel it is on, but it goes through a lot of the scenes of the film, and the guy just constantly praises the film for framing and musical, the music, the way the music is used to underscore the story and build tension, and like the difference between when you see the underdog Enterprise crew and the threat of the Miranda class. It's just the way the music just builds up tension, and then you cut to the Enterprise, and then and then it goes calm again, but there's still that undertone of tension. It's brilliant. I would really suggest that you listen to the Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan OST, original soundtrack, if you can. If you like film music, then you are likely going to love that. Yes. Space dwarves. Yes, basically. Basically. Is it something VR? What VR? I'm not sure what you mean. That, I have no idea what the context of that was. It's not VR. Of the ones we do. No, alright, no, the ones we do is just at a table, sitting at a table, tabletop role-playing, pen and paper role-playing, basically. Although, doing it virtually, it's a virtual tabletop, which means we can have more maps, more figures, things like that. Nah, not VR. Which is a term I haven't heard the VR abbreviation to be used for. Oh right, you mean virtual role-playing. Oh right, I see. Shadows, wait, Starfinder also has momentum? No, Starfinder does not have momentum. That must have been a misunderstanding. Starfinder is basically Pathfinder in space, which Pathfinder itself is a variation of Dungeons & Dragons 3.5, so 3rd and a half edition, because in D&D 4 they changed so many of the rules that the people at Paizo wanted to preserve the old and improve upon it, but keeping it, which is why they used the Open Games license, under which Dungeons & Dragons, since I think 3.5, or 3, technically, is licensed under, which means that you can use the rules, aside from product identity stuff, so artwork things, for free, as long as you include the Open Games license and license your product under the Open Games license. And you can put it up for sale. You don't have to pay them any royalties for it, which is great. However, the license is quite confusing, which I think is deliberate. Is there also threat? XD, just imagine that. Player, alright, I pull out the metal wings and fly off to safety. Shut eyes, GM. Wait! Scribble. You can't do that! Yeah. Star Trek 4 even has a bus scene in it. Yes, a very famous one. Shut eyes. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about the OST of 2. Haha. Trainz, also, here's an idea. How about if we did via Tabletop Simulator? Well, that is an option. There is a virtual tabletop in there for role-playing games. There is one specifically for Star Trek Adventures. However, Tabletop Simulator costs quite a bit of money, which means that if somebody from the stream wanted to join, they would need to purchase that. They couldn't just try it out. The benefit of Roll20 is that you can do it for free. Yes, you can purchase a license, which I may eventually need to do because you cannot store assets locally. You need to upload them and the space is limited, which is why I would prefer using Fantasy Grounds Unity. But I would need an ultimate license for that. If I had an ultimate license for Fantasy Grounds Unity, then anybody who wanted to join could join for free. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to place one more tree in this. One more tree I need to place. One more tree type. Oh, that's strange. Shouldn't that... There we go. Would that work? Or maybe via Roll20? Yeah, it would probably be either via Roll20 or if I have a Fantasy Grounds Ultimate license via Fantasy Grounds. Because Fantasy Grounds is so much better than Roll20. There are so many improvements. I have actually prepared a huge list of things, of improvements that Fantasy Grounds has versus Roll20. Like, for one thing, you can store assets locally on your hard drive, which means you can import as many things as you want. And management as well, asset management. You actually have folders for different campaigns. In Roll20, it's all stuffed into one thing. And the recent item, the user interface for Roll20 is also a bit confusing if you don't know how it works. Fantasy Grounds Unity is just so much better. But in order for players to join for free, I would have to have an ultimate license. Yeah. I prefer not on Steam as I don't have an account. Yeah, you would not need Steam for that. Or that, true. It's 15 quid. I've never even heard of Fantasy Grounds. I'll look it up. Fantasy Grounds Unity. It's basically a virtual tabletop. It's a virtual tabletop with so much goodness about it. It's brilliant. I would say that Fantasy Grounds Unity is the best virtual tabletop you can have. Fun fact, Fantasy Grounds Unity was actually made with a Unity 3D game engine, like Paradise Ghostly Adventure, yes. Would I have to pay to get Fantasy Grounds Unity? No, you would not. If I have an ultimate license, that's the thing. If the player who hosts the game, who's automatically the GM, has an ultimate license, then anybody can join for free. You would not need to pay a single penny to play in that game. If the GM has an ultimate license. Yes. Yeah. This, exactly. Right. This is quite nice. I think I'll have this as a pasture. But the GM seat does cost money. So I just download it for either Windows or Mac. Probably Windows. Yes. It's available for Windows and Mac OS. You would download the demo of it, and then you would connect to my game, and you would have no restrictions. So you would have access to all of the features using the free demo if you joined my game. So you can join for free. You would just need to install a Fantasy Grounds Unity on Windows or Mac. But the GMG does cost money, right? Yes. The demo would stay downloaded. Yes, the demo is basically the demo is just normal Fantasy Grounds, only you don't put in a license. There's literally no difference. the application is the same thing. You download an executable, and you do need to create an account to sign in, but you do not need to pay. It's completely free, and it does stay downloaded. It's an application, and you can join any Ultimate game, which mine would be if I have an Ultimate license. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please let me know, and I can hopefully clarify it. And what does a license do? I'm just curious now. Well, there are 2 licenses. One is the standard license. If you have a standard license, then you can host games for players who also have a standard license or who have an ultimate license. If you have an ultimate license, you can host games for other ultimate license users, for standard license users, and for demo users. So there are 3 licenses basically. One is no license, which is demo or free to play, which means you can't host games. And you can also only join games who are hosted by ultimate license users. Standard license, you can join and host games. You can host games. You can join games that are from other standard license users and from Ultimate. Ultimate again, you can host for everyone. Yes, and the player who hosts is automatically the GM. Yes. There are also 2 models. There's a pay once model where you pay for the license you want once, and then it's yours for life. And also a subscription model, which of course in the long run is more expensive, but it is available if you want it. Oh, I've just forgotten one thing. I need to paint the other texture, the lighter one, this one on there. But if you don't have a license, can you only join games? Yeah. If you don't have... Oh, and it crashed. That's just perfect. I think I saved recently. The thing is, if you don't have a license, you can only join Ultimate games. Yes. Yes. Right. You go, force quit it. I'll go in again, see what I've lost. I don't think I've lost much. Demo is for life, though. There isn't a subscription model for that. Indeed. Oops. Sweet. Yes. Indeed. I just need to wait for the building database to complete so that I can go into the game again. Oh, and we're 4 minutes to 11. I mean, yeah, I'll probably just have enough time to go into the game, see if we've lost anything, and probably repair the things. Yeah, maybe play some more livestock, or some livestock, at least. Yeah. There we go, that's done. Let's start Trainz again. We still have 5 people watching. I'm really happy that we have this continuity. Like, it's not at the beginning, oh, everybody's interested, boring, no, leave. Do you mean these? Oh, this is the wrong one, sorry. That was the super secret map. Let's see, what is that? Let's revert changes. Oh, those ones. Alright, sweets, yeah. No. Hello, Chris. Oh, Chris is here. Hello, Chris. The stream is about to end. And yeah, as you can see, we are literally just here. There is nothing that's been lost. So that's good. Hehe. Bit late. This is the wrong one. And yeah, I did hit undo and then try to save. That's what it was. Aha. Oops. I tried to ban the message, but you kept typing bot, oh hush, maybe a small drive-through bot, so I couldn't click on the message. Shadows, don't forget le thumbnail. Yes, I won't. A drive-through would be nice. If I have time for it. which is kind of up to you. Kangafango, would you be up for a drive through this area? Should I just, yeah, thumbnail, sure, good, great, drive through, drive through, drive through, yeah, sure. I just want to place some, well, let's place sheep. Yeah, sure, drive through. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Don't worry, don't worry. There was a specific sheep that I wanted to use. Was it one of these? Oh, I need to enable the filter so I don't accidentally use payware. Let's see. Was this one? No, it wasn't that one. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was these ones. Yeah, let me just place some sheep around here. Right, there we go. For 1 hour 55 minutes, I listen in background. Oh, I see. Well, great. In today's topic, I don't have to say very much. Actually, nothing. Well, you can change the topic if you want to. You can always say something to it. You could say, I've never done any tabletop role-playing, please explain to me what's going on. There we go. Here's an idea. Place a normal diner building in the middle of the road with traffic. Then you'll have a drive-through. Yeah. Welcome in anyways, yes. Sheeparoonies. Gotta add a dog. Maybe. Sheepies, please. Sheeple, ugh. Okay, I'll add a shepherd dog. Sure. I see. The speed is 1 times 4 baseboards. Like last time. Do you mean the rate at which we're making stuff? Or what do you mean? Oh, I forgot. Hello to all. Hello, yes. So what do you mean? As in a shepherd's dog? Yes. Hi, hiya. Yeah. While listening, I was able to add a few comments to my CPP code. Oh, very interesting. Oh, C++? Probably. The speed, like from Schnellzug, maybe an insider? Yeah, I get the reference to that, but the speed of the train, or do you mean the speed that we're building at? C++, yes. Does this camera look good now? Yes, it does. This is exactly what I wanted. Nice. Good. Speed of building. Yes, that is what I thought. I will also need to add more signals along the track. But I may do that later. We'll probably do that later because of time issues. Is the locomotive's pivot a bit too forward? Well, the pivot is around the cab. Well, a bit behind the cab, really. It is a bit forward, yeah. In the literal sense. Is it a bit too quiet for you? It seems a bit quiet. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, a bit. Speeding detected. Oh yeah, right. It's supposed to be 55. It's supposed to be 55. Alright, speaking to yeah, be good. Quiet. Speeding detected. Speeding detected. Applying emergency brakes. Ah, no! A bit quiet. Oh, right. Let's see if I can change this here. Let's just do it 40. That should be a bit better. And, no. Lol. Yes. I think this field looks good from down here. You can kind of see a bit of a repeating pattern, but not that much. AWSD, isn't it? PTC? What do you mean, positive train control? Maybe, but in the 60s? Do you think? In the 60s or 50s, positive train control in America? I do really like how this is turning out. It is quite the contrast to the mountainous areas. Maybe, I only really know the UK one. There's also RFB and PZB. Well, PZB is, I think, Punktzug something. Bestimmung? Not Bestimmung. Something like that. Which is basically the normal signaling. AWN is ATC, yep. And LZB. LZB is for Linienzug something. Punktförmige Zugbeeinflussung. Yes, Beeinflussung. That was the word I was looking for. Right, one more thing. Right, what did you want me to do? Oh, right, sheepdog. This is the last thing we'll do. Yes. So, Linienzugbeeinflussung or linienförmige Zugbeeinflussung means that there are no signals, but rather the trains detect however far forward the next train is, and then change the speed they're allowed to go depending on how far that is. And it is yes, Punktförmige Zugbeeinflussung, Punktzugbeeinflussung, yes, Beeinflussung, B equals Beeinflussung, yes. Lineare Zugbeeinflussung, yes, that was the one. It's been a long time since I've used those. I know what they are, I just don't really know what the abbreviation stands for. Oh, here we go. Are these? No, those aren't shepherd dogs. This one is a German shepherd. He's gonna be sitting in the center of them, just so you can keep an eye out everywhere. Let's name him... Let's name him Schwedar. Because he's a dog, he can't pronounce the name correctly. So you can see, there's Schwedar. Right, so that is that. I'll close Trainz now. And I'll quickly read chat again. Then I'll do the normal stuff and end the stream, which is also part of the normal stuff bit. Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung? Or do you mean Zwangsbremsung? Zwangsbremsung would make more sense, I think. Shepherd's dog. I wonder why Slav Eagle isn't here. He's in Cyberpunk. Yeah, he's probably busy. Yeah, I thought so. I guess lol. Zwangs. Yes. Oops. Yeah, I thought you meant that. Basically, it means emergency brake or forced brake, really. Zwangsbremsung, which forced brake, which is kind of emergency brake. Oops. Oh, right. German Shepherd. Ringo. XDD. Fine, XDD. Call him sweetheart. Yes. Shout out to Shadow Dice. So, apparently. For amazing stream, says Twitter Gaming. Yes, stream was very lovely. Thank you. Thanks so much for the stream. Yes, it was my pleasure as well. And what would Zwergsbremsung mean? It would mean dwarf brake. Or dwarf braking, rather. XDDD. Should I is pronounced Ringo? Yeah, I thought so. Ringo, go! Sure. Right, so... Now that we're all caught up with chat, I'm so looking forward to doing role-playing live stream. I'm really looking forward to it. Although I think we got quite a bit done today. Quite a bit. Although at least that's what I tell myself. Right. Ta-da, folks. Shout out to Kango. Shout out to Shadow Dice. Shout out to people. Yeah, so definitely a shout out to Kango Fango. He does... live streams. He does route, like map building live streams in OMSI 2 and Trainz, and he also drives American Truck Simulator Exploring Colorado on Sundays. Sweder Gaming and Slovak Eagle and Brand on Twitch, the Branded K, are part of the Central Europe development team. Brand and Slovak Eagle do stream on Twitch as well, so have a look at that. That's quite interesting. Yes, Mr. W doesn't stream. Right. So, thanksies, Toolpip. Shout out to Mr. W, bless ya, XXX. Shout out to YouTube people watching. Waves to YouTube, and the waves to YouTube was actually green in chat, the color that Swedar's name is. Ah, that was for you, YouTube. See ya. Shout out to Millie. Of course, shout out to Millie. Give him a shout out. Millie, nickname for Milton Valley. Oh, maybe. That's interesting. Ah, right. So, I thought it was a dog or Summit. I don't know, really. Probably not. I don't know. Anyway, right, this live stream will be archived on YouTube, which if you're watching this, you probably are already watching it on YouTube, so you probably already know it. And with that, we've reached the end of the stream. Summit? Hi, YouTube. Yeah. Although you should probably say it's more like bye, considering the stream's about to end, which means the video is about to end. So, bye. Anyway, thanks for the shout out. No problem. You deserve it. So, alright, bye YouTube, yes, bye.